Hey guys, Rick Denham here. It's time to talk about some squid fishing here in Puget Sound. It's the end of the fall and winter is just around the corner, which means that squid are starting to fill in by the piers. And what a great opportunity this is to take family and friends out to get some of these tasty morsels. So I'm going to cover today a little bit of the setup on how to get ready for squid fishing. Now this is a very simple, and that was part of the fun of this. You don't need a whole lot of gear to get started squid fishing. A couple simple jigs, and you probably have the rod that you need for this type of fishing. A nice lighter action trout rod, or even a little bit longer rod, will work great for squid fishing to detect bites. Very simple, anyone can do it. So let's get started. Now, I will mention too the importance of keeping your squid jigs organized, because as you see here, squid jigs contain quite a few different hooks, and being able to maintain an organized way of storing these jigs will help you out to not only when the bite is on, but you'll keep yourself organized and not having to deal with messes later, because those squid jigs will attach themselves to anything if they're just rolling around in your bag, and that is just no fun at all. So keeping your stuff organized will make your life so much easier when everything is going. So let's talk about these jigs. Now, lots of different options in terms of shapes out there and weights, and this is what I have laid out in front of me. It's a couple different styles that will work great for you out on the water. We have some unweighted beaded jigs that I make, and some couple that are just a little bit heavier than the unweighted, and then we have our actual weighted jigs themselves. But one thing you'll notice before I get into the different types is the colors. Now, a lot of the colors all work great. Greens and pinks, oranges, and just whites. They all work good, but they all have one thing in common, guys: glow in the dark. Because squid fishing is generally done here in Puget Sound at night, and having the ability to have a glow-in-the-dark jig will help stand out and allow you to draw in more squid to your specific lure. So, big main thing is you see the different color options is that they're all going to glow, and they all are awesome in the nighttime fishing. So, we'll look next here at the different setup. So, now that I've covered that a little bit, guys, let's look at what the setup will look like for you out on the water. So I always start with the snap swivel. It allows for me to change out my jigs if the fishing's changing to be slow, or if the bite's hot in a different color. I can just swap out a jig and I don't have to worry about anything. Now there's two different rigs you can go with. Here in Puget Sound, because you're allowed up to 4 jigs on the same line, you can run multiple jigs. And frankly though, because 4 makes it pretty hard to keep everything together, I just like running 2 on the same line. So I run a barrel swivel with a snap on the end. So a snap swivel here to my jig. It allows me to easily fish this as well as change out if needed. So bottom rig is set up there. Then I have a leader tied on between 18 to 24 inches, and I like running this up to an unweighted jig. And this is just your simple little 3 glow-in-the-dark bead jig, and I have a nice barrel swivel on the end attached to a split ring at the bottom base of the jig. And this allows me to have a uniform pattern of my jig where I am fishing everything in line together at all times. It allows me to fish 2 jigs at different depths, and it just is a great way to keep track of your gear. And you can see in front of me I have a couple corkies. Now the only reason why I have these corkies here is because as you go to rig up, you got your 2 bottom jigs set up ready to go now. But what do you do after you get that? Well, I like to add another snap swivel that I will use to clip on to this top jig. But before I tie in that snap swivel, I will run a corky on top of it. That will allow me to give myself a strike indicator, or even more so just a visual reference to where my gear is at in location to the water. You will generally have more than just a couple people by you squid fishing, so you have to see where your gear is in relation to not only the light in the water, but your gear around you. So having an indicator like that works great, and it'll help get you more fish, staying out of tangles as well. So I would highly recommend that rigging, and I actually have a rod already set up to go that I can show you here. And I just have my local trout rod that I use in my lakes, and I got my corky set up there with a snap swivel to an unweighted jig, barrel swivel on the end, and all the way down there I got one of my weighted jigs on the bottom with a snap swivel. So I can at any time swap out any of these colors and be able to get right back into the bite or start another one. So pretty straightforward. You don't really need a whole lot of gear, just a few jigs. Get yourself set up, guys. Squid fishing is a blast. So get out on the water, have some fun, and fill up some buckets full of squid. Here in Puget Sound, the limit's 10 pounds. So go out and have some fun. Take care. Fish on. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. Hope you really enjoyed this video and learned a lot. This is Rick Denham with Holy Moly Outdoors signing off. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe my channel and take a look at the videos playing above. Lots more information and instructional videos to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Tight lines, good luck on the water. Fish on.